So yeah, a disaster, an absolute disaster for the Indiana. But like, Sid Colson's probably not going to play ball again till 2027, and she might be done. Like, Sid Colson might not play basketball.
Thursday night, championship dreams danced in their heads, only to be systematically dismantled by the injury bug. A bug that's been feasting on this roster like an all-you-can-eat buffet. And the main course, 2-point guards, both knocked out in the same game. Yes, folks, you read that right. 2-point guards, one game.
McDonald is hurt as well, folks. You could not have scripted a more worse season than what we have endured so far. Fever lose Sydney Colson and Aari McDonald for the rest of the season. Our backup point guards hurt, and now our backup.
Sydney Colson, the 36-year-old veteran meant to be the steady hand guiding this ship, while Caitlin Clark recovers from her groin injury, went down in the first quarter with a torn ACL. An injury so devastating it could sideline her for over a year.
Colson, like, it did not look like an ACL tear. It did not look like an ACL tear when it happened. I was convinced. I was like, it's either a meniscus or it's a MCL. I was like, okay, we knew when she went down, she was done for the year. And I was like, okay, if it's something like an MCL, she's back for AU. She can make her money.
Meanwhile, Aari McDonald, the former Arizona standout who had become the Fever's unexpected savior this season, broke a bone in her right foot during the fourth quarter. Just like that, Indiana's entire point guard depth chart was reduced to a blank sheet of paper with help wanted scrawled across it in red ink.
Two very, very competent players, including the starting point guard that was filling in for the other starting point guard. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. And what this does for a potential playoff push, I don't know. Because, you know, I've seen people say, well, sign a guard or whatever. Well, there's salary cap implications out there too right now. I even saw somebody say we might have to waive Chloe Bibby to sign.
If you're enjoying, please subscribe. Let's talk about what these injuries really mean. Sydney Colson, despite being in the twilight of her career, had been the reliable backup, averaging 2.4 points and 2.0 assists per game, while providing veteran leadership.
Tore her ACL. Folks, you saw her land on her left leg. It didn't look pretty. It didn't. Her left leg completely gave out on her. It exploded underneath.
But Aari McDonald, she was the story nobody saw coming. Signed on a hardship contract earlier this season after being waived by the Sparks, McDonald had transformed into a legitimate contributor, averaging 9.8 points and 4.7 assists per game in 20 appearances. She wasn't just filling minutes, she was filling scorebooks, including a memorable 27-point explosion against Phoenix just days earlier.
Man, with a crazy role, right? Learning plays on the airplane, landing and playing her first game without turning the ball over at all. Not turning the ball over at all, y'all. Just came in and was a huge X factor for this Indiana Fever team. Caitlin Clark didn't even get a chance to play like that with Aari McDonald, man. I'm sick.
Man, I'm sick. And here's the kicker. This isn't even the full extent of Indiana's injury nightmare. Caitlin Clark, the franchise's golden child, has been sidelined since July 15th with her own groin injury, missing what will become 10 straight games. That's 18 of the team's 31 games this season. The woman who is supposed to be carrying this franchise to championship glory has spent more time in street clothes than in uniform, watching from the sidelines as her teammates fight to keep playoff hopes alive. The Fever, who entered the season with legitimate title aspirations, now face the Chicago Sky on Saturday with 0 healthy point guards. 9 active players, that's it.
Fever cannot sign a hardship contract until after tomorrow's game, which means tomorrow they have to play with 9 players. Now, it helps that the Chicago Sky also have injuries. So this game's going to be a little bit weird. But after tomorrow, they can sign a hardship contract because now that Aari McDonald and Sydney Colson are both out with injuries, we don't know the timeline of Caitlin's return. So, of course, the discussion is...
Due to WNBA rules, they can't even sign a hardship replacement until after the Sky game, meaning they'll have to field a lineup that would make a high school coach weep. The cruel irony? This was supposed to be the year everything came together. After an aggressive offseason, adding veterans like Dana Bonner, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, and yes, Sydney Colson, the Fever had constructed what looked like a championship-caliber roster. They brought back coach Stephanie White for her second stint, kept all-star Kelsey Mitchell, and surrounded Clark and Aaliyah Boston with playoff-tested experience. My expectation is for us to try to win a championship, Clark had declared before the season.
Gotta be the one to tell you, look like the Indiana Fever could be signing another player, basically another hardship player could be on the way. Sydney Colson hurt, Aari McDonald hurt. Now we gotta see who's available again at the point guard position. Again, we gotta go through this again, y'all. This looked very familiar to the month of June. I believe was it June when Caitlin, Sid, who else was hurt? Sophie was hurt. This looked like June again.
The numbers tell a brutal story. At 17-14, the Fever sit 5th in the WNBA standings, close enough to smell the playoffs, but far from home court advantage. 2 games separate them from the 8th-seeded Sparks, and missing the postseason entirely. With 13 games left and their backcourt crumbling like a house of cards, every contest becomes must-win. Clark's reaction to the catastrophe? A simple Instagram story of the injury announcement, captioned with 3 words and 2 heart emojis. Love you guys. It's the kind of message you send when words fail. Behind it lies the frustration of a competitor who's never dealt with serious injuries. Someone who went 4 years at Iowa and her entire rookie season without missing a game.
Is with the 2 of them out, if you guys don't know, they're able to get someone on a hardship, but if they want to replace 2 for 2, they have to cut one of them or cup return. It is not possible for the Indiana Fever to go out with more than 10 players the rest of the year. They have 2 rest of season injuries on guaranteed contracts. They can't go out with more than 10 players the rest of the year. And the problem is the coach doesn't like playing 3 other players. The coach doesn't like playing KK. The coach doesn't like playing Chloe Bibby. And the coach doesn't like playing Bree Turner.
On Sue Bird's podcast earlier this week, Clark admitted the mental toll. It's been really hard to be active, play 4 games, and then be out again. I'm not feeling my best. And it's frustrating considering how hard I worked in the offseason only to spend my time in rehab. The player who was supposed to be orchestrating fast breaks has been relegated to cheerleader, watching her championship window possibly slam shut. She's begun full speed running, but hasn't returned to basketball activities. With soft tissue injuries, first left quad, then left groin, now right groin, the staff is cautious. But even if she returns tomorrow, what is she returning to? Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hall are now running point despite not being natural facilitators. It's like asking your accountant to perform surgery, good intentions, wrong skill set.
Active and playing 4 games and then not, and not feeling the best, and then frustrated of how hard I worked in the off season, and then all I do is rehab and continue to do this process, and just trying to trust that the best I can. And obviously there's really frustrating days, and there's days where it's a little bit easier and you're very, very motivated and you're right close to the finish line of getting back and being back, and then it's not like I have a training camp to build up to playing my first game again. It's no, you're tossed into game 30. Go try to play well. It's hard.
The Fever's championship dreams, so tangible months ago, now hang by the thinnest thread. They've gone from sleeper pick to a team that might not survive the season intact. The cold math of pro sports only counts wins and losses, health and injury. With Clark, the Fever are 8-5. Without her, 9-7. That was before losing McDonald and Colson in one night. Names floated include Odyssey Sims, Jalen Shearid, or Grace Berger. But these are band-aids on a wound needing surgery.
Lose a cent. So Aari and Colson don't lose a cent if they get cut. They're just no longer on the roster. They don't lose 1 cent of money. And it means the Fever can bring in players. But we know the Fever aren't going to do it. If Alexa Philippou is talking about them not being able to sign a hardship, we know they're just going to sign a hardship. We know they're going to go out. Like, the Fever can literally get rid of the two of them, sign 2 new players, and go out with 12 players in the playoffs. But we know the Indiana Fever are going to go out with 10 players in the playoffs. Like, we just know they're going to do it. We know they're going to do it. Like, we know, like, look, they're going to be dumb for cutting. They're not, like, if anyone's getting cut, it's going to be Chloe Bibby. If anyone's getting cut, they're going to cut her. You just know it. For PR reasons. Could also cut Bree Turner. At this stage, she's got diplomatic immunity.
The psychological hit is massive. This was supposed to be the year the Fever's plan was validated. For Clark, it's a harsh introduction to pro-reality. From unstoppable at Iowa to barely able to get on the court, Saturday's Chicago game is a test of resilience. 9 players, no point guards, against a Sky team still boasting Angel Reese. The Fever are listed as 11.5-point favorites, but that was before the injury news.
And they really gonna need Caitlin Clark to come back, but they don't want to rush her. You know what I'm saying? Aari McDonald has been really, really good for them, great for them. So that's definitely a hit. And Sydney Colson is, even though she don't play a lot of minutes, but her leadership, man, her contributions in that locker room is great. You know what I'm saying? And damn, this is a tough break for them. Because, you know, obviously they coming off winning 5 out of their last 6 games or something like that. And
the heartbreak is in the timing. The Fever had survived earlier injuries, built chemistry, and proven they could beat elite teams. Now, preseason championship chatter is a memory. ESPN still gives them a 98% playoff chance, 2.6% title chance. But computers don't measure fatigue, pressure, or the impossibility of turning role players into stars overnight. If there's hope, it's that the core is young and under contract. The window isn't closed, but it's never guaranteed to stay open.
Season is so doomed, man. It's so doomed. Like, they got the injury bug now, and first it was Caitlin Clark, then it was Sophie Cunningham, then it was Caitlin Clark again, now it's Sydney Colson, and now it's Aari McDonald. This really sucks, guys. I have the hope is dimming, and this season is not looking good. It's like, not only we lost to the Mercury, to that bum Bonner, but they also, like...
Meanwhile, the league moves on. Minnesota is pushing for the top seed, New York is finding rhythm, and Atlanta and Phoenix are gaining ground. Every shorthanded game Indiana plays gives rivals more separation. The real question isn't if Clark returns, but if she returns to a team still in the fight, or one defined by what might have been. The player meant to be the WNBA's face is becoming a cautionary tale on the fragility of a career.
Goodness, another hardship player's on the way. Damn! Somebody said my freaking blood pressure is high. I can't with these losses. I mean, tonight's loss was ridiculous, guys. I mean, just downright ignorant. This was a downright ignorant loss. An embarrassment to the team, an embarrassment to the fan base. And I'm telling you right now, oh my God. Look at what the Phoenix Mercury admin just did. Look at what the Phoenix Mercury admin...
The Fever entered 2025 with a win-now roster. Now, they face the very real chance of limping into the playoffs as a broken team, or worse, missing them entirely. It all changed in one night in Phoenix. Yes, Clark loves her teammates, but love doesn't win games. Encouragement doesn't replace the skill sets that walked off that court. The question is whether heart alone can carry them, or if this becomes the season where everything that could go wrong did. Welcome to pro sports, where dreams die not with a bang, but with the rip of an ACL and the crack of a bone. The Fever's title hopes aren't dead, but they're on life support, and the power just went out.